What's good, everybody? This your man DJ Dorsey. I'm gonna do this blog, and I'm gonna try to keep it under 4 minutes. Um, this blog is in reference to Christian events, why there's a lack of it. From my perspective as a DJ, I'm a DJ promoter. So here we go. First, I want to talk about Christian. Not Christian, but venues. A lot of times, venues will not allow Christian events to come in because there is no profit in it. You know, whenever there's like an event that happens, whether it's like a club event or a party event or any type of event, whenever there's like a venue that's outside of a church, I'm just talking about like whether it's convention center or banquet center or whatever, the way they make their money is through alcohol. And that's the way they make their money. So when it comes to a Christian event, they're already like, you know what? There's not going to be any money in this, so we really don't want to allow it. Or why would we even waste our time? Which is understandable. Now, two, there is a reputation that carries with Christians that Christians are cheap. I've heard a statistic that Sunday is the worst day for a waiter or waitress to work. They kind of hate it because that's when church groups come in, people come in after church or whatever, and Christians don't tip. That's the biggest day that people don't tip is Sundays. So Christians carry a bad reputation. Now, I wish it wasn't true, but if we be honest, we kind of know it is. I got my little cheat sheet too. So if you see me looking over, the other thing is Christians don't support stuff. Um, I think from my perspective, from events that I've thrown, some of you come. I used to run out a club downtown, the A List, back probably about a little over a year ago, and it was kind of hard to do it because people had too many questions. Well, why are you doing it at a club? Don't you know they serve alcohol? And in my mind, I'm thinking two things. Well, if you go to Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory or any type of restaurant, they serve alcohol. And then two, why are you concerned about the building? Somebody did ask me, well, don't evil spirits reign in there? I'm like, dude, listen. Evil spirits don't reign in buildings, they reign in people's hearts. So, as believers, aren't we supposed to have dominion? No matter where we at, ain't we supposed to carry the spirit of God? So why does a building matter? So, as a promoter, it makes you be like, well, shoot. Let's be real. As a promoter, yes, you do it for the ministry or whatever, but at the same time, it is a business. Um, and a lot of times, there really isn't quote unquote ministry going forth. Like when I do an event, I'm playing all Christian music, hip hop, R&B, neo soul, urban type of music for people to be able to enjoy, dance to, kick back, depending on the event. If it's a laid back event, I'm gonna play more laid back music or whatever. But it's kind of hard to do anything for a lot of believers because it's just too many questions that circulate. Or it's like you take a lot of believers outside of the church walls, it's like they don't know what to do. They just sit there and look at you. As a DJ, that is the worst feeling. If for somebody just to sit there and look at you, acting like they don't know what to do. And it's like, yo, get up and dance. Do what you do. As long as we ain't, pop lock and dropping it. But if you want to get up and dance, you want to two step, you want to break dance, do what you do. David danced. So, I think a lot of times we look at because the world did and the world perverted it, it's wrong. No. As long as we do it unto the Father, we should be okay. God knows our heart. A lot of times we base our salvation on what other people think about us. No, go for yours. So, also, I think the reason why a lot of Christian events don't happen is because a lot of times people that throw events, okay, I'm going to just be blunt. I'm going to be blunt. And at one time, it probably was me. A lot of times when we throw events, Christians, the events really just don't be attractive. You know, me personally, and this ain't no jab at nobody, I am not going to pay money to go to an event where they do the same stuff that happens in church. I'll just leave it at that. I'm just not going to pay for that. So when people see that, when other people see those type of events, there's this stigma that probably develops in their mind. Well, I see that in church. So when a guy like me comes and says, "Hey, I got an event. It's based for Christians," a lot of people are like, "Well, what type of, is it going to be like a church service? So that's not my reach. My reach is not for churchy type of events. I love church. I love what happens on Sunday, but I'm gonna leave it on Sunday. So, um, let me go back to my little cheat sheet. Oh, the last thing I want to say is a lot of times people don't support events if their pastor doesn't endorse it. Um, I think a lot of times we're scared to do stuff outside of what happens in church. Um, and that's kind of like it's kind of upsetting because a lot of times when you see choir concerts happen, those events are packed. But anything outside of that, a lot of people are just kind of like, I don't know, da 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 da. So, give me your feedback. I would like to know what you think. Why do you think there's a lack of events? Why don't you support events? Why do you support events? What type of events do you wish there were more of? Do you think we go too far? Or, do you think it's sinful? What are your thoughts? Get at your boy. It's DJ Dorsey. I'm Audi 5000.